Long haul for Microsoft Flight Simulator is just over the horizon, and it is getting even closer every day. Hey, what's going on, Flight Simmers? My name is Rowan, and today we're going to be talking about the future of long haul flying on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. With Sim Update 10 and World Update 11, Microsoft and Aerosoft have shown us major development and also support from feedback that has been fed to them since the initial release. But one thing that I think everyone has forgotten about from these recent updates is the stability of the sim currently. And this stems from the decision made by Microsoft and Aerosoft to create a larger separation between each update. This increase of time has allowed them to create much more stable release versions, and I have to be honest, these updates has to be the very first ones to not cause any issues to my sim after updating. Which to me is incredible, as every other update previously I have had some form of issue. Now, what does this mean? With Aerosoft releasing more stable updates, this then allows third-party developers to proceed as scheduled on their own projects. Which then leads me to say that long haul for Microsoft Flight Simulator is actually just over the horizon. To start off, we have a small update from Bluebird Simulations and Just Flight regarding their 757 that is in development. Now, although they have been quiet, which is totally understandable, we now have a few more answers from the team which can ease us with our decision of making the purchase of this jet. As I have mentioned before, they will be releasing two types of 757 models, a simplified and a more advanced and realistic one. This is to provide a jet that can entertain a wider market of people. Now, going into the specifics, which us av geeks like to hear, the initial release will be the passenger variant with both the 200 and 300 variants. Each variant will have a Pratt & Whitney and Rolls-Royce engines with the option of having winglets or not. It will definitely be coming to Xbox, however there is no set timeline for this, as it is quite challenging for developers to get their third-party add-ons fully vetted and supportive on Microsoft Flight Simulator Xbox through the marketplace. And then finally, the last bit of information we have is that there will be a cargo variant, but this expansion, like many other developers do, will be sold as an expansion pack, which will include lots of attention according to Just Flight. Now, as I have been reading this, I have been displaying a few screenshots from previous updates and the most recent one. It is clear that this jet has had a lot of work done to it, but then it is still far from completion. With this 757 project, it is still apparently on schedule and is still expected to release by either Q2 or Q3 of 2023. Next, we have some news on the PMDG 777. We don't have too much information regarding this project yet due to its early stages, but Robert Randazzo has said that PMDG is making great progress so far. They are using a well-loved aircraft to base the model and texturing to give you a sense of age, as we all know that the 777 is now becoming an old boy. This should increase our immersion into the sim, instead of giving us an unrealistic clean aircraft which is almost impossible to see today. Unfortunately, I don't have any screenshots in MSFS and won't be using any from P3D to show any false hope, but like the 737 line in MSFS so far, we have got a beauty on the way, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that yoke. Just to add, we also have a slight peek of information on the 747 as well. Like I said on the 777, they are using a well-loved aircraft. Well, for the 747, they are apparently using a beat-to-death workhorse 747, serving as their base product. So although the 777 will be showing some wear and tear, the 747, being the old girl she is, should look pretty battered, meaning intensive wear and tear across the whole flight deck. Sorry that I don't have any more information on both the 777 and 747, but then these are still 2 to 3 projects away from release. Moving on to the Airbus's, we have the Aerosoft A330. Now, this project has been in development for quite some time now, which is actually very promising to know. Hopefully, with more time spent on the project, the better quality it will be when it is finally released. So with the A330, Matthias has been very active throughout the whole project development on their forums, answering questions and releasing development updates, which has been very exciting to understand the rate of development and to see how much detail is actually going into it. The initial release will be the A330-300 with the Rolls-Royce Trent 700 engines. Although we don't have too much information regarding what to expect, as Aerosoft has been keeping that information to themselves, which is quite understandable. However, we can still speculate. What we currently know is that all of the features of the P3D version will be implemented into MSFS. But then that also begs the question, what more will they also add to it? One thing that we are certain for sure is the level of detail on their EFB, or their electronic flight bag. Out of all the EFBs currently on the market, I have to say that the Aerosoft EFB for the 330 does look the best so far. Although I personally haven't used it, I'm showing a video right now showing the level of detail, and in comparison to the other ones like FlyByWire Phoenix, it seems to be the most feature rich. Some of the features do include searching METAR for specific airports, Navigraph, and even then the layout itself does look very efficient and modular. So from this we should see a major improvement of immersion from the P3D to MSFS, purely because we do not need to leave our sim to find out any information externally like your weather, charts and so on. We currently do not have a release date, however judging from their progress over the last year and a bit, I think we should expect to see the A330 in either Q1 or Q2 of 2023. Now this is just speculation, so please don't take my word on that, but that's still my prediction, judging the rate of development so far. Next we will talk about the FlyByWire A380X project. Unfortunately there isn't any new information since our last update in August, but for those who haven't seen or heard any information on the project yet, I will quickly break down what's happened so far. The flight deck itself appears to be around 90% completely modelled and textured. This includes high touch points showing wear and tear on a very similar level to the way we saw the Phoenix A320 when they were releasing their pre-release screenshots. They have also animated a large amount of movable surfaces like the cockpit window. They have also implemented their EFB. However, I am unsure if the EFB is the same as the A320X version. Some other systems have been worked on, especially lighting and some basic instruments like engine data and a skeleton of the FMS. Other than that, there is unfortunately nothing else to report on, so hopefully sometime soon we will be getting more information to report back to you. Now finally we move to the aircraft that is just about to be released in a few days. Yes, that is the IniBuilds A310. So IniBuilds have been developing their A310 for quite some time with the collaboration of Microsoft and Aerosoft in the recent months. We will be receiving the A310 for free in celebration of the 40th year anniversary of Microsoft Flight Simulator. The A310 is a wide-body aircraft designed by Aircraft Industry and introduced a 2-crew glass cockpit, which is truly versatile and a perfect aircraft for both short and long-haul operations. It exists in many variations and iterations. The chosen variant on the initial release will be the A310-304, powered by the General Electric CF6-80 engines. I do have to reiterate, this is the passenger variant only. Now there is no point in talking about the actual development of the aircraft, considering we will literally get our hands on it in less than 3 days. But let's talk about some of the features that we are expecting. So we will be getting a custom EFB included in the A310. This will allow you to manage your weight and balance, interact with the awesome ground services in Microsoft Flight Simulator and much more. The FMS will also allow for full lateral and vertical guidance modes, including RNAV approaches and overlay NDB VOR approaches. They will also provide a comprehensive training guide on these, which you can follow along and learn the different types of approaches which is capable of this aircraft. So as I was mentioning the 40th year anniversary, this will be releasing on the 11th of November, and for those in the UK it will be 4 PM GMT and Eastern Time will be 11 AM. I look forward to seeing all of you guys in the air when this does release. But that's it now for our long haul list. There are some other projects which are going on, which I haven't mentioned because there's just not enough information to even consider including it at this time. Not saying that they're bad projects, because some of them are brilliant projects, but they are just too far behind in the stages to report on it just yet. So that's going to be it for today, guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you do click on that like, subscribe and ding dong that notification bell, because these videos do take some time to create. Also, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you do comment below. Let us know what aircraft you are most excited for, as it's really interesting on our side to see what you guys are wanting the most. But guys, this video does need to end now, unfortunately. So with that, my name has been Rowan, and you have been watching Information Alpha.